I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on freedom. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on freedom. This would be a gospel song turned anthem, an anthem for everyday people. Sly Stone called everyday people who marched. Multi-generation, multi-ethnic groups of folks who marched. There were elders marching with college students, marching alongside of middle school students, marching alongside of youth, young people. A thriving and inspired generation of people who marched on my behalf, on our behalf. They marched in part so that I could sit at a lunch counter with you, and you might have an encounter there, and perhaps a conversation. How was your lunch today? Oh, it was good. I recommend the soup. Hey, didn't I see you with your mother the other day? How's she doing? She was walking to the cane. Is she okay? Yes, she's fine. Thanks for asking. I'll see you later. They marched so that I might sit and have a chance encounter with you on a bus. Is that seat taken? Oh, it's not? Okay, I'll sit here. Hey, so how was work today? A lot of meetings. Long day. Hey, you going to the picnic this weekend? A whole lot of people. There'll be a barbecue. You're going to go to that? Yeah, I'll be there. Okay, so bring the kids. It'll be fun. Okay, I'll see you later. I'll see you. They marched with a vision of a beloved community, with some chance encounters, with a vision of that which is a beloved community. They marched so that I could participate, a thriving generation, so that I could participate, so I could cast a ballot. Now, in the event that you cannot visualize me and fully see me, I am like Ralph Ellison's Invisible Man. I am a man of substance, of flesh and bone. I might even be said to possess a mind, he says, but I am of dark skin. I am of African descent. I mention all of that because I woke up a few weeks ago one morning, and I went to my mailbox, and there were some ads in there, and there were some bills in there, and I pulled out a ballot. I pulled a ballot out of my mailbox. It came to me. I did not have to spend my formative years in a prison for political activity the way my brothers and sisters in South Africa did. I did not spend a day in prison. They had their own anthems. They sang Shosholoza, and they marched together. And ultimately, their victory song, Nososikelele Africa, their anthem. I did not have to spend time in a prison. I did not have to stand in line for hours and hours. My ballot came to me, I filled it out, and I turned it in. There was no sacrifice there. I did not have to march 54 miles from Selma to Montgomery, only to get to the foot of the Edmunds Pettus Bridge and have an officers stand, hand up, hand on pistol, tear gas, billy clubs. I did not suffer blows. Amelia Boynton was carried away unconscious. I did not suffer blows. John Lewis did, carried away only to return to the bridge again and march. I stand before you alive and well. Jimmy Lee Jackson, at 26 years of age, marching peacefully with his mother, was shot and killed for his activities. Peaceful marching. He was a deacon in his church. He was 26 years old. He sacrificed his life so that I could get a ballot in the mail. He died protecting his mother from violence. He was shot and killed. My ballot came to me. I got up and I got my ballot. I didn't have to sacrifice my high school years. Charles Malden, who's standing just behind John Lewis, was a teenager, 17 years old, and was called to march. Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, Bernard Lafayette, others inspired him to leave school and march on my behalf so I can have a ballot in the mail and perhaps have lunch with you at a chance encounter. I didn't have to pass the literacy test. Tell me, How many beans are in that jar? Do you know? Can you guess? Well, if you don't know that, how many bubbles in a bar of soap? What would you guess? Oh, you don't know? Perhaps you'll know this. How many seeds in a watermelon? It's a literacy test. I didn't have to pass a literacy test. My ballot came to me and I filled it out. No poll tax for me. My ballot came to me. I think James Baldwin was right when he said, and I paraphrase, American history is larger, longer, more vast, at times more terrible, and yet more beautiful than anything anyone has ever said about it. It can be all of those things, and we can hold the complexity of all of that. It is at once at times terrible, and it is ultimately beautiful in light of this vision of a beloved community. I don't know what more I can do and what perhaps I should do to honor those of a thriving generation who sacrificed and came before me. But I think the least I can do is talk about them, tell stories about them, maybe teach about them. Just a month ago, the 59th anniversary of Bloody Sunday was recognized, and many of us came back to the Edmund Pettus Bridge, and we walked across that bridge. And someone during a rally, a woman stood up and said, "You people who marched, you young people, you freedom fighters, you who marched, you are patriots. You are patriots because you marched because of your love of country, because of your love of country." I don't know what more I can do to honor those who have sacrificed, but the least I can do is tell stories. The least I can do is teach about them. And the least I can do, if given a moment, find one or two of those foot soldiers, place my arm gently around them and say that we love you. And we are so grateful that you kept your mind stayed on freedom.